Hey, what's guys doing an interesting video for you guys today. So, before I get into that, I wanted to show you guys this. So, I got this in the mail yesterday, which is the 21st. And so, I have not opened this, and I will show you guys as well. The deck is still sealed. So, the box itself was pretty rough shape. And so I decided to keep the box, and also keep this as well. So if you guys would like to see an opening over this, I can do that. If not, then I was going to just keep the deck sealed in this. So, but with that out of the way, let's get into the video for today. So I want to discuss the English versus Japanese print of the 3 Portal Kingdom cards and kind of the price difference. So from what I've gathered so far throughout the couple of years I've played the deck, the English print was a lot more shorter printed than Japanese and Chinese is their version, I believe. And so that's why you guys see a price difference between Japanese and English, is that the English cards are a lot more expensive than the Japanese ones, because there's a lot more Japanese and Chinese versions that were printed versus the English print. So yeah, some of you guys may already know this, but for the people that don't, this is the reason why that the English prints are so much more than the foreign copies. So, and you guys will see that throughout the different pictures that I have. So, again, these are foreign copies down here, and this is the English print, which is like 200, and then the Japanese are close to roughly about 100. So, for this card anyway. But the other thing that makes this card so busted, the Riding the Deluge Horse, I did a short on this as well. But the card doesn't say until end of turn, so it lasts until you get rid of the creature. So if you have it on the commander, that's basically unblockable, then you can do essentially 21 commander damage if it doesn't die by the time they get to that point. So yeah, and it also gives it +2/+2 in horsemanship. So yeah. So that's the reason why this card's so dang expensive right now, especially for the English print. So, and then this one, so a near mint English is like roughly $100, and the Japanese is about 25-ish. So again, just in there, it just has horsemanship. That's the only thing that it really has on there for this card. But again, it's just an old card, and that's essentially all that really matters with this, is old and a old mechanic as well. So same thing with this one. It's like this hadn't changed since I had last gotten this card, because I got mine for about $20, and then the English is like about 60, roughly between 50 to 60. So, but again, it's just the English print is so much more less than the foreign copies that is like, that's why I got my English ones for, or Japanese ones for, like, for all the cards I have for the deck, it's like roughly 300-ish, maybe 400 or 500 now. But if I got the English copies of all these cards, I'll be probably into like $1,500 for everything. Like between that being like 100, 200 right there, so it'll be like 300. Like I said, you can see where that adds up really, really quickly for English. And then I want to throw this in here because this has gotten a reprint and a black border. I was trying to find a Japanese version of Rolling Earthquake, but I wasn't able to, at least not from what I could tell. So the English version is like about $60 roughly. So yeah, I mean you can choose what version that you want, but yeah. And the only thing that this really does is that it deals X damage to each creature and player without horsemanship, or each creature without horsemanship and each player. So yeah, so it's pretty good. And then I was trying to find a Japanese version of Suncon because or like a Chinese version, and I just wasn't able to. At least not from what I could tell. So I know this probably isn't accurate, but I'm assuming that the 03 Portal Kingdoms version is probably still roughly $80 to $100, and the newer version is probably is like 14. The Etch version is like 18. So my guess would be probably like a Japanese version or Chinese. It would probably be about $30-$40 roughly. That's my guess. So, but yeah, and then okay, yeah, I forgot that I had the Japanese version on the next page. But yeah, it is about $30. So, but that just shows you the difference possibly between English and Japanese for, like I said, a lot of these cards. And then this one's just crazy as well. So, a near mint normal Portal 3 Kingdoms of this card's like 200, and the Japanese version is like roughly about 100. So I don't remember what I got all these cards for. I'm just assuming that I just remember that it was like 300. So I'm guessing I probably got most of these back then, which was maybe like a year or two ago, for, like I said, the 300 roughly mark. And so I'm guessing that this probably was 60, maybe 70-ish is probably what I got that for, I think. Like I said, I can't remember, but like I said, this just shows you kind of why the English version's Japanese or foreign copies of these cards are quite the price difference. And then same thing with this is like $18 for Japanese and about $60 for English. So, and it's just kind of the same story with all these cards. So, but yeah, it's just kind of crazy with how different the set is for prices and all the other stuff. So yeah. So just something interesting I want to show off to you guys and kind of just discuss it with you guys on why these values are what they are. For anybody that doesn't know what horsemanship is or anything like that. So basically, the reason why some of these cards are what they are is that horsemanship is an old mechanic from this set only. I mean, a few cards have been reprinted in other reprint sets, but you can only block a horsemanship card with horsemanship, which makes these cards insane value for that reason. Because not a whole lot of people play this set or play these cards, and they're not an average player can actually be able to afford some of this stuff. Unless it was like the Japanese versions, but I know a lot of people prefer English though. So, but yeah, that's the true main reason why a lot of these cards are high value, as you guys have seen in this video. So, but yeah, so thank you for watching, and I will catch you on the next video, I guess.